Hello, my name is Heinrich from Giebel. I want to show you how condensation creates in a tank, and therefore we have a simulation installed here. This is a tank around 50 liter in volume, and we want to show you if you use only a breather filter on your tank, what will happen when you have a high humidity in the environment and the system is working. So this ventilator sucks out air, so we have a little bit faster airflow which comes in, and you see here inside of the tank a sensor which shows 46% humidity, 21.8 environment degree, and the dew point is the result with 9.7 degree. This is a normal application, of course a bit quicker than in normal life, but we want to show you what will happen when you suck in high humidity with 21, 22 degree. Therefore we have a humidity maker which creates 100% of fog. So it's really maximum humidity what can happen. So we connect and the system is now working, and you see how quick humidity comes in the tank. And now the humidity inside of the system will slowly increase. Now you see here the difference between the temperature and the dew point is still low, so we have 1 degree left. So if the environment will now cool down to 20 degrees, condensation will exist in the tank, so we will see it later. Okay, you see now, we have now 99% humidity inside of the tank, and the dew point is still the same as the environment regarding the temperature. So we turn off our humidity maker, and we will see what happened inside of the tank. Now you see there's water inside of the cover, and of course in the tank is still water droplets. And now we would have rust and bad lubrication in the system. Now we saw what happened when you use a breather filter on your hydraulic tank or gearbox, IBC, barrel, storage tank. And I want to show you how you can solve the problem, prevent damages through condensation with the invisible moisture and to create condensation in the tank. So now we have the breather filter with the 3 micron filter on every hydraulic power pack or gearbox, and we now add normal silica gel. So we have a cylinder filled with silica gel as, let's say, an average brand you can receive worldwide. It's of course better than only a filter. That's silica gel from orange to green, so orange fresh silica gel and green when it's saturated, and we use the same environment as before with 100% humidity. We start again with 54% humidity, and now we connect, the system starts working, the ventilator is on and suck out air, and now we see what happened after time when you compare between a normal breather filter and a breather dryer. What is the real advantage of a breather dryer? Now we saw what a desiccant filter can do for your unit and how to protect your hydraulic or gearbox against condensation through humidity. Now I want to show you what is the real advantage of a Giebel absorber with Giebel X-Drive. So the mixture between molecular sieve 13X as the strongest desiccant on the market on granule base, with silica gel orange green with a higher capacity for water and the color change from orange to green, allows us to absorb much more water, much more effective, and in a wider range of temperature and humidity, because silica gel is limited from 60% humidity and less, and in a temperature from 80 degrees and more. And with X-Dry you can solve this problem and use it in a much wider range. We fill X-Dry in our absorber and turn our humidity maker on. Same environment, same humidity, a little bit less temperature, it's getting colder, but you see here it's working the same way, and we see now the difference between a normal silica gel filter and a Giebel absorber with Giebel X-Dry. Now we saw the difference between a normal desiccant filter and a Giebel absorber with Giebel X-Dry. The important thing is not only the X-Dry, it's a combination of all parts of a Giebel absorber, especially X-Dry with carbon layer. When you have a system like a test bench for hydraulics or a turbo turning gear which creates all fumes coming out of the system, they will go on the surface of the silica gel or X-Dry and block the pores, so it will be not effective anymore. I want to show you how it works when you use the wrong desiccant filter without carbon and you have all fumes coming out. So we have exactly 100 grams of silica gel, again the same amount as before, and now I put oil in 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It's 5 times from normal HLP 46 oil. Now we mixed oil with silica gel and now we use it in the same way. Imagine you have the wrong desiccant filter and you have oil fumes coming out. Now we create our humidity. So you see here directly how it condensates between the granules. So it shows that the silica gel is not effective anymore because it is not absorbing the humidity. The humidity is flowing through. The color is changing a little bit, but it's oily. And you have condensation inside of the absorber. And now you see how the fog comes through. Now we saw what happened when a silica gel filter is not using active carbon to absorb all fumes and to protect the surface of the granules against oil mist. You see, it is not more effective anymore. Now I want to show you the advantage of a Giebel absorber with Giebel X-Dry in the carbon. So we adjust our model. We use the breather filter, fill in our Giebel X-Dry, use one carbon layer and the same amount of oil. We use more to show how strong a Giebel absorber is. Now our humidity. And now the carbon absorbs all fumes and the silica gel, the X-Dry, can work as it should work and absorb all the humidity which comes from the environment to protect the system. Now the humidity in the tank will decrease again because it's the same efficiency as without carbon, without oil. So every Giebel absorber has carbon to protect the absorber against all fumes and make it more efficient for your system.